about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You look at this Niner defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To the air goes Daniels. And it is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake. Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Daniels looking to throw. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and 3. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Niners had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy from the gun on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That is caught. Downfield is Pearsall. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now Daniels. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So he's seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 16 carries, 73 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And it's going to be a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Seven, our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Washington offense set to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. His throw incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Purdy bootlegging it. They'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run with Harris. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play he did, so you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now Purdy. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on fourth down. Throwing here, Purdy. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Purdy. Touchdown 49ers. Ricky Pearsall. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 3rd and 19. To throw is Daniels. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. This the first official Sunday of fall, the final week before byes kick in. A full schedule of 16 games on tap. Let's roll. Our look around the NFL starts now. We begin at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The Raiders at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And this is the Arizona...
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Purdy looking to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Back to throw now on first down. That is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game, and I don't see why that trend would change now. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Taking it about the 1. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Daniels looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Motioning to the left is Robinson. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
65.
Here's Daniels.
Over the middle, complete. That's Lane. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set.
Now Daniels.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
To the air goes Daniels.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here we go.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Robinson, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Okay, break. Let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Daniels. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. The slot man in motion right. Daniels going to throw for it. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously, they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it. It's complete. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Isaac Guerrero to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. To the sideline and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pearson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Down the sideline he goes. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Purdy. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is McCaffrey on the give. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And now this defense try to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. On 4th down, here's Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Niners have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. To throw is Daniels. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Now Daniels going to keep it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to Dubs. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. Now the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Alert! Alert! Hey!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
A higher scoring game.